It was during one of the most devastating seasons of my life that I came to learn that I had a very special gift. I had the ability to visualize things easily without much effort. This was very useful for guided meditations, for conscious visualizations in which I wanted to attract different experiences, people, and things into my life. And later it would become useful during spirit communication, in which I wanted to connect with different angels, spirit guides, and people who had crossed over onto the other side. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but this gift of visualization has a name, and that is clairvoyance. So in this video, I am going to show you how you can become a better clairvoyant in just 10 minutes. It's coming up next, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Guillaume with Guiding Echoes, the channel that is devoted to your spiritual and personal growth. So before I show you these amazing exercises that are going to help you to enhance your clairvoyance, we first want to talk just a little bit about what clairvoyance is. So clairvoyance is the ability to see things intuitively through your mind's eye. Now this can be very helpful if you want to use visualizations to manifest different people, things, and experiences into your life. And of course, it's also very helpful if you're wanting to learn how to work with different psychic abilities, such as being able to speak with those who have crossed over, or working with different guides and angels, or even if you want to play with telepathy with you and some of your friends. Clairvoyance is a wonderful ability to expand on and enhance so that you can get a better idea of the energies that you're working with. So I talk about how you can enhance your clairvoyance as well as the other clairs in my online course, Easy Steps to Strengthen Your Clairvoyance. Now when it comes to clairvoyance, there's usually two different things that will happen. One is that different images will stream into your head on its own, and I believe that this comes from our own ability to tap into the collective consciousness, where there's this library of different images, sounds, information. And so sometimes when we get really in tune with the universe and we're trying to pull information out intuitively, the universe will stream different images into our head. So that is one way that you'll start to notice these different visions, and it's one way that clairvoyance will start to present itself to you. And the other way is by purposely putting different pictures and images into our head so that the universe, our guides, angels, those who have crossed over onto the other side, have a library of images and videos that they can play with that are already in our minds. And a lot of times what will happen is you'll notice that the spirit starts to mix the two images together. So for example, let's say that someone in the spirit world is trying to communicate with you that they had a special pair of shoes that they love to dance in. So you may get an image of someone dancing, but at the same time you may also get an image of shoes. And so if you are speaking to a client and you're telling them, well, I'm seeing two different things right now, and it's kind of interesting. I'm seeing a pair of shoes, and I'm also seeing someone dancing. Well, of course, the person that you're giving the reading to is going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, that's my Aunt Thelma. She used to have this very special pair of dancing shoes that she loved to dance in. So many times the spirit world ends up combining different images in our minds so that we can get a clear idea of what's going on. Or maybe so we don't get the clear idea, but the person that we're reading for does. And so in the practices that we're going to do today, I am going to give you different images that you can work with, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can work with these images to enhance your clairvoyance. So the very first image I have for you is this sailboat. Isn't that a pretty picture? I loved this picture, so I thought it was perfect for the exercise. So just take a few seconds to look at this picture. Notice the different colors in it. Notice the different details in the boat. Just have a good look at this image. And now what I want you to do is close your eyes and recall as many details as you can about the image you were just looking at. And now what I want you to do is imagine that there is a dolphin jumping out of the water, over the boat, and onto the other side back into the water. Okay, so go ahead and open your eyes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how easy was it for you to visualize that? For most people, they're going to go with an 8, maybe a 6. Somewhere between a 6 and an 8 is natural. So what you may have noticed is that when you decided to add this element of the dolphin, everything else may be faded into the background, or maybe other things became more clear. Maybe you noticed that the boat began moving. Maybe you noticed that when the dolphin hit the other side, or the water on the other side of the boat, there was this big splash. So all of you experienced something different when you tried this exercise. And the reason that this is an important exercise is because, like we mentioned earlier, Spirit often combines different pictures and images and videos, if you will, in our minds to get different messages across. So doing little exercises like this is a great way to enhance your clairvoyance. So the next thing that I want you to do is to look at this image right here. It's a beautiful image, isn't it? And so in this one, I simply want you to observe everything that is happening around this woman. And of course, I want you to observe her as well. So just for a few seconds, take a look at this entire image. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the colors. Okay, and I want you to close your eyes. And this time around, we're going to try something a little different. I want you to imagine that this woman starts turning around. So she turns around and she faces you. What does she look like? Is she old? Is she young? What color are her eyes? What type of face does she have? Is it oval, round, heart-shaped? What about her cheeks? Are they rosy? Are they pale? So just take a moment to observe what she looks like. Notice what the front of her dress looks like too. Does she have a V-neck? Is it a scoop neck? How does the front of that dress look? And for some of you, you may notice that she's trying to say something to you. So if you're clairaudient or you want to have a conversation with her, go ahead and just ignore this video and have that conversation with her. It's an interesting way to meet your guides, right? All right, and so for those of you who do not have a woman who's trying to speak to you, go ahead and open your eyes. And you may want to just note on a scale of 1 to 10, how easy or difficult was that one for you? That one's harder, right? That one is more difficult because now you're playing with an image that you don't have the whole picture to, and you're really using your mind and your imagination and your intuition to fill in those blanks. And that's what clairvoyance does. It helps us to fill in the blanks. So whether we are trying to use clairvoyance and visualization to attract different items, experiences, or people to us, we'll see a lot of times once we get into this vibe, once we get into the zone, our imagination fills in those blanks for us. And when we are doing an intuitive psychic reading for people, well, the universe is really good about filling in those blanks for us there as well. Because when you do a reading for someone, a psychic reading for someone, you're really working with a blank canvas anyway. So it is the job of the universe to start putting different pictures on that canvas for you so that you know what type of messages to relay to the person you're doing a reading for. Yeah, pretty cool, right? All right, so I have one more exercise for you. This is the last one. So go ahead and take a look at this beautiful image. Imagine that this is the inside of a castle. And just observe the windows. Okay, so now what I want you to do is close your eyes. Didn't see that coming, did you? So close your eyes. And once again, just start recalling that image into your mind. So this time what I want you to do is to actually get into the image, and you're going to do that by imagining that you are walking towards that window. So you're walking towards that window, and as you walk towards it, of course, it becomes bigger. And you get to the edge of the window and you're able to look out. So as you are looking out of that window, what is it that you see? Very good. What else do you see? Anything else? All right, so go ahead and open your eyes back up. So all of you experienced something different. You know, for some of you, you walked up and you saw this amazing sunset, or you saw more clouds, you saw stars, you saw a lot of sky. For some of you, you felt as if you were up very, very high, like in a high tower. So when you looked down, you may have seen fog, you may have seen people, you may have seen a little village, you may have seen a city. Like all of you saw something different. So once again, your mind is filling in the blanks for you. But what's interesting is you were able to get into that picture. You got into that image. So you didn't just observe it. You didn't just add to it. You actually got inside the picture, and you were able to really interact with it in a way that was a little different than what we did in the last two previous exercises. So these are just some fun exercises that you can work with to enhance your clairvoyance, and we worked on each one for probably less than 3 minutes each. So see how you can enhance your clairvoyance in only 10 minutes. It's actually really easy, and a lot of people think that you have to spend a whole lot of time in meditation or working on opening your third eye. And while those are definitely beneficial and they can help you to deepen your practice, simple things like this allow you to enhance your clairvoyance too. So if you find that you are short on time but you still want to do some type of psychic development practice, this is a pretty good one to turn to. Would you agree on that? Yeah, it's simple, right? I mean, who doesn't have 3 minutes to practice this? Heck, you can be on the toilet and practice it. I won't judge. No one has to know, right? So anyhow, if you would like to learn how you can really enhance your clairvoyance even more, check out my online course called Easy Steps to Strengthen Your Clairvoyance. Now, in that course, we don't talk about just clairvoyance. We also talk about the other 4 clairs, which is claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairalience. And if you don't know what those clairs mean or what I was just talking about, that is okay, because we talk about those in this online course. Now, the reason it is so important to get in tune with your different intuitive senses is because this really lays the foundation for your ability to strengthen your other psychic gifts. So if you want to become a stronger psychic medium, if you want to become a stronger angel communicator or Reiki practitioner, whatever your goals are as a spiritual talent, whatever those talents may be, getting to know the clairs, expanding on them, and strengthening them will help you to strengthen those other gifts as well. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I would like to welcome you to the Guiding Echoes community, and I'd also like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here on this channel, we are not afraid to ask those deep spiritual questions, and we're also not afraid to seek pretty hard for the answers. So this is a community of misfits, outcasts, and spiritual seekers. And if that's you, be sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can join a community of spiritual-minded people just like like you. If you would like to learn more about me or order a one-on-one intuitive session with me, I offer angel card readings, tarot card readings, and psychic mediumship.